All right, welcome on back, everyone, to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Three Fires 127 out of Illinois. It's formed in 1993 as a name change from Two Rivers DuPage Area 127. There are two variants of the first issue that we can take a look at today. Heading on over to the patch table, we see here the S1A, defined with its gold border, deep blue, purple sky, so deep blue into purple, gold fleur-de-lis red name, and very specifically non-distinct trees. So there's a lot of detail there indicating trees, but you're not seeing specific-ish trees. And that is what defines the S1A. Take a look at the back here. That is the S1A. And what we're going to see in the S1B are what they refer to as distinct trees. They are very, very similar to one another. Let's take a look at the S1B second patch out of Three Fires. So here we have the gold border, deep blue into purple, same gold fleur-de-lis red name. But now we can see they've kind of reduced the number of tree outlines so that we're getting very distinct trees. And that is the difference between the S1A first issue and the S1B second. So this one here being the S1B. I also do notice on the first issue that the logs are dark brown, so you get much darker logs on the first issue. So here we have the S1A up at the top, first issue, S1B at the bottom. We get the darker logs, and we get kind of all of this detail that makes for non-distinct trees versus what we see in the S1B, where we get very distinct trees. Now this S1A and S1B kind of non-distinct and distinct trees was absolutely repeated with the next two patches that they issued. They have the SA2A and SA2B that are essentially the same patches now with a gold mylar border. They were done in somewhat limited, not super small range. We only happen to have the second one, so this is the SA2B with the gold mylar border and the distinct trees. You can see if we compare it to the S2B, again, those same distinct trees. Now we just have the gold mylar border. So that is the SA2B. I don't know if they had overruns of the first two and then sent them back to then come back with gold mylar borders. I don't know the story as to how they had the first two essentially then duplicated in the next two with SA2A and SA2B. But that is essentially what happened, and that's how they're listed in the collecting guide. The same iconic imagery was also then seen in the S54 with a green border. And then there have been updates since then where they, are Three Fires graphic with like a scout emblem. Those are more recent, but don't look quite the same as the imagery here on the S1s and the SA2s and the S54s, which all show kind of the same picture with those Three Fires. We'll finish out kind of putting back the first issue and second there. So we have up here at the top the first issue, S1A, non-distinct trees, and the second, S1B, with the distinct trees. And that is the first issue there for Three Fires 127. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode, found it to be somewhat informative on identification there for the first issue of Three Fires. We've got new episodes that come out every single day. We hope to see you back here tomorrow for the next one. But until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.